I don't maintain it. There is a Napoleon neuron in my brain that if only I knew it, it would tell me I decided to do that. I decided to call it Strange Loop. I decided to write good lecture. Neurons on their own don't have that causal. They can't make such big decisions. I mean, they're more like thermostats or flush toilets there, or knee-jerk reflexes. But the thing is though that the way things happen in the brain is that's where the true physical causality is taking place. To attribute causality to an ethereal thing like an eye is a kind of a mistake. In other words, if I say I decide to pick up this book, that's pretty weird, because it sounds as if some airy-fairy thing, some immaterial thing is making things move in this world. What's really going on? This stuff at a physical level is pushing around other things at a physical level, and a nice summary for that is it's convenient, just as it would be convenient for France to say I decided to invade Russia. It's convenient for us to be able to say I decided to pick up the book, but the question is, to what extent is this I thing real? If you wanna talk about causality and talk about what is real, you can talk about macroscopic things, for example. If somebody hits a home run, they hit the ball out of the ballpark. We don't need to resort to description of the event, at the of particles or atoms or something like that. Because classical physics applies, well, to macroscopic objects as long as they are fairly simple in structure. I mean, you can't really explain the entire behavior of a country in a war using classical physics, but you can certainly explain the behavior of a baseball when hit by a bat using Newtonian mechanics. And it works very well. And so in that sense, the ball is a real thing, the bat is a real thing, the contact between them is a real thing. And it's all the explanation at the macroscopic level is a very, very reliable thing, and because it's so extraordinarily reliable, it becomes very real to us.
Whether it's an object or a vast thing like an audience or a civil war or a store, funny story or a joke that I'm told, concepts are triggered, and this is the funneling act that is the crux of perception. Nothing like that is going on in the case of a video feedback loop. It's a loop for sure. You might think it's strange because you're doing this kind of closing the circuit. There's a strangeness there, but it's not that what I meant when I invented the term strange loop. What I meant was a kind of self-perception where what you perceive is this drastic oversimplification that is going on in everything that you receive, so that when I build my self-model, it's a ridiculous oversimple. Well, there may be oversimplification is correct. In any case, it's a ridiculous compression. If I say about myself I hit my abstraction ceiling, that's ridiculous. It's not ridiculous, but it's an incredible reduction of complexity of something that was very complex, something that's almost indescribable. Hitting one's abstraction ceiling, but it's what I say, and it's my way of understanding my own experience at age 21 or 22 when I did that. And so that is the kind of thing that I'm talking about when I refer to self-perception. And it's necessary for us to perceive ourselves in order to survive in the world. It's necessary for us to make these drastic reductions, these drastic compressions, throwing away things, factors of millions or billions in terms of complexity. That's what allows us to survive in real time.
But it gives us a very partial, obviously truth about the world, just as it would give friends only a partial truth if it said I decided to invade Russia. So our self-image is based on this notion of our I as a causal agent, when in fact the truth is that the causality lies at a completely different level. But we are prevented from seeing because we cannot see those little things going on inside of us. And so our image, our entire way of conceiving ourselves is based on this drastic oversimplification, which is just a story we tell ourselves, and the degree to which this notion called I is real is debatable. And to use the word I'm inclined to think that it is a mirage. It's more like a rainbow, let's say, or a mirage. Let's use the word rainbow. A rainbow is in a certain sense a real thing, but it's not real in the sense, in the same sense as a book. It's a far hazier, vaguer thing. And I think we have to think of I as being as maybe less real than a rainbow, no matter how compelling it is. And we have to realize that I is just a shorthand for something else that is too complex for us to understand. And so that's where this idea of strange loops is what it's all about. And thank you for listening.